Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today, for this Thursday, I'll be reviewing the Disaster Ready Home by Stewart, author of Survival Hacks. So it says, be prepared with food, water, heating, and sanitation. There was a sticker on here for the price. I took it off so you could read it all. A step-by-step emergency preparedness manual for shelter in place. So Stewart actually has, I think it's creekstewart.com, I believe is his website. He sells all sorts of gear and has a couple of books, and he also has some videos on YouTube as well about his teachings and everything. See if I can get the glare out of here. It's the way the lighting in here is. Prepare for the unexpected, from hurricanes and tornadoes to ice storms and issues with compromised municipal water supplies. We've seen numerous recent disasters, both natural and man-made. And it goes on to what you can do. Building a functional long-term food storage pantry, being prepared to cook food and boil water without using traditional grid-tied kitchen appliances, set up long-term water storage and renewable water sources, establish an alternative heating solution. If you live in a four-season environment, implement an off-grid toilet, human waste removal storage system, and more. This is actually a really good book. I read it a couple of times. The bookmark I have in here is about the Berkeley water system, water filtration system. Some people swear by it, some people don't. So it's just part of my research. So, going here, this is, because I like to make things as new as possible, or not necessarily new, but as updated as possible. This was 2022 when this book came out. So, we have a whole bunch of chapters in here. I'll go through them real quick, and I'll show you what the pages look like. A practical long-term food storage pantry. Apologies if I sound out of breath. It is 88 degrees in my apartment right now because the air conditioning is broken. So I got a fan on in here, and it's sweltering hot in here. It's not much cooler outside, even with the windows open here. So my apologies. Chapter 2, how much food will you need? Really good chapter on that too. Chapter 3, long-term food preservation methods. Chapter 4, types of food storage. And they're actually pretty well laid out here. Survival sprouting, which I'm not an interested fan of. I am not a fan of sprouts at all. But there's a really good guide on this in here. Long-term water storage, including those big 55-gallon drums, or 50-gallon drums, depending on where you are. Those blue water drums. Using chlorine, different storage containers, renewable water sources like rain harvesting, water filters, like the big Berkeley water filter, that was the one I was researching, the Sawyer 0.1 bucket filter, and so forth, off-grid cooking and boiling, heating and sanitation, off-grid heating, off-grid bathrooms, and a conclusion. So there's a whole bunch of online resources throughout this book that are only available if you get the book. So, I don't know if I should tell you what they are or not without you getting the book. I do recommend the book. It's actually really, really good. And it's easy to read. So, like this. A 3-tiered storage system. Show you different ways of taking care of that. What you need for like first 2 weeks. That's just an example in the picture. So, ways to figure things out here. Food type, grain, number of servings per meal times 3. That's daily number of servings, so if you had 3 meals a day. There's all sorts of calculations. You talk about, you should write down your top 10 shelf-stable grocery store food items for 1 to 3 years, so you can keep a good track on it and build a long-term food storage pantry. This is actually kind of funny. That's almost what mine looks like. I do have a spare food tin, a couple of them, containers of freeze-dried foods. You never know. They talk about a bug-out bag. They talk about water storage bricks and sprouts. Raising chickens, fruits and vegetables. Wild food storage, fats, spices, sprouts. It just keeps going on and on. How to do for water storage. Let me see if I can zoom this out a little bit. See, hopefully that'll be easy enough to read. Things like Waterbrick, and you can go to like waterbrick.com and waterbrick.org. There's a price as of its printing, so this probably has changed by now. New versus used, food grade, freeze warnings, water tanks. Here's the one I said for the Big Berkeley water filter. How to do off-grid cooking. There we go. It's the problem between the light and the camera. It's a little hard to get it working here. How to make a 25 brick rocket stove. They talk about the Kelly kettle in here. Open fire cooking, gravity grills, heating and sanitation. This is actually, I like this idea on how to get some old 2x4s and be able to hold wood ready for your fireplace or your stove. It's kind of a cool idea. There's all sorts of things like that in here. They talk about kerosene, propane, house generators, sawdust toilets. There's a huge amount of resources in this book. I highly recommend it. There's some nice notes in the back for the conclusions, drills, and of course there's an index. And I talk about the author. He creates the pocket box. Just some of you may know that one. I haven't gotten the pocket box, but I have been looking into it. He's author of a couple of books, Perfect Bug Out, series of books. Creek has hosted 3 TV programs on the Weather Channel, Fat Guys in the Woods, SOS, How to Survive, and Could You Survive This with Creek Stewart. He's also been on all sorts of other shows and other types of media. He's a recipient of the prestigious Outstanding Eagle Scout Award, which is bestowed upon the Boy Scouts of America Eagle Scouts who have demonstrated outstanding achievement at the local, state, or national level. And he lives in Indiana with his children. But really good book. I do recommend it. It's actually really cheap considering. I'm going to link Creek Stewart's website for this as well, so you can see directly his website. I think that's only fair. Also, there'll be the Amazon link. The Amazon page will bring you to a lot of options for this. You can get it on Kindle, audiobook, paperback, spiral bound, and audio CD. So this is about 224 pages, and it's a good read. So I do recommend it. So that is the Disaster Ready Home by Creek Stewart. Any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. If you like this and you want to see more, please subscribe. And of course, you can always email me at survivor.gyver@gmail.com if you want to talk to me separately. It's also in my bio, and then across the banner of my channel, you can click on that. I'll show my email as well. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and have a glorious day.